everyone hates.
2xrakai.
Now blend that bitch together, Jayden. You know what to do with the edit. Tish. Leave that in the video as well for comedic effect. Tish. Now, realistically, I feel like everybody hates 2xrakai because this nigga's just a little ass kid that just be doing bullshit. Like, if you really want to talk about it, that's really what it is. With that being said, we can really get into this shit. Why is nigga so close to the mic?
Rakai is in the WL community, and most people hearing that he got the police somehow to come to his house isn't even surprising anymore because of the wild things he's constantly doing. Even as someone who was 116, I wasn't thinking about nor actually executing on the wild things that he's doing, or even—
See, but you gotta give him props though, because like, as a 16-year-old, bro, you can get away with a lot of this shit. Like, you gonna be able to get away with a lot of this shit. Keep it above. Like, bro, he's 16. That niggas just gonna keep saying that. And even if you don't say that, bro, know what he doing mentally. He like, oh, I can get away with this because I'm 16 right now. Once I become 18, I ain't gonna be able to get away with some of this shit because then I'm gonna be considered an adult. And what's making it even worse is the niggas that's at Streamer University are adults that are somehow getting away with this shit.
half of the things I see him doing.
It's not for LeBron, it's for Tyler.
She kinda loud for me. Hold on.
You talking about?
Chill.
Yeah, burning that nigga jersey crazy.
Burning the LeBron jersey.
I'm hoping my mindset wasn't like this, to the point where I would grab any signed jersey or any signed anything and burn it for what he feels is just a cool content moment. But if you've seen him at any point on your timeline, you're probably wondering, at what point in time do we stop saying that he is just a kid and he doesn't know how to act and he's doing all of this for content, and actually hold him accountable for a lot of the crazy things that he's been doing recently? If you haven't seen any of them, then I'm about to diagnose a lot of the stuff Rakai has been doing recently, from Streamer University to even a little bit before that, and seeing where the problem really lies, because a lot of this stuff makes countless people on the internet despise Rakai.
Like I was just saying, it's like I could have made the video, bro. I could have made the video. Or it's like, you know what I'm saying? We already talk about this nigga on the internet. I don't know how they did that. This was crazy.
For anyone who doesn't know who 2xrakai is, this is a 16-year-old streamer who got his fame off being a clone / son of the famous streamer Kai Cenat, one of the biggest streamers in the world. And basically, Kai gave him a chance. He ended up getting on a call with Rakai, talking to him for a bit, and people started to love him. During their interaction, Kai must have saw the potential he had, because he ended up inviting him out to do collabs with him, and outside of collabs, he literally flew him
It's so random. What was that for? I just got hit with that
out
EMP.
to stay in the house that he bought for him and a bunch of other streamers called the Clover Boy house. It was an amazing opportunity, and Rakai seemed like he had been flourishing in that house because his growth has been insane ever since. Unfortunately though, the content that he's been making there is very questionable, as you saw a preview of it in the beginning clip, that Rakai decided to call the police and pull a prank on them by quickly calling and hanging up, all because he felt like his hairdresser messed up while doing his hair.
See, do you see this shit, bro? He looks. Ooh, I don't even. Can I say that? I ain't even gonna risk it. He looked crazy, bro.
Word my mother, but I don't know how to become an address. I literally called the cops.
Like, nigga, lock into your vocab, nigga.
If I hung up mad quick, they'll put up. They track our phones.
I would hope that most 16-year-olds and any 16-year-old that's watching this video has enough common sense to understand that calling the police and immediately hanging up for any reason is not only not a prank, but not a smart thing to do at all, because you're wasting police resources, and it's much more suspicious to call the police and then instantly hang up.
Just get a new hairdresser game. Why pull a prank like that? Did his hairdresser really did him dirty? 1, 2, pulling a prank like that. I don't even know if he was trying. Like, it's dumb. You're not supposed to do that. I ain't gonna lie.
Than to actually sit there and talk to them. But you shouldn't be doing that regardless, and he shouldn't be doing it because he thinks it's a funny content moment. But nowadays, it seems like that's all content really is in this sphere.
You know what's crazy? Say you do call 911. No. Hear me. Y'all gotta hear me. Say you do call 911, and then you're like, you know what? I think I got it. They're like, huh? Are you sure? And you be like, yes, I'm sure I got it. And then now they're sitting there talking about some, now they got to send their people out there. Can you go check on this house? We don't know if they're serious or not. We just need to make sure that they're safe. So can you please send a unit out Thanks. Now that police officer got to go waste their time to come to you just for you to be like, no, I actually figured it out. I'm good. I promise. I promise. Like, bruh, what?
It's them doing the wildest things, trying to get the wildest reactions off of crazy stuff that you don't truly need to be doing. And because he's so young and he's in that environment, he's just going to keep on doing those things. He has the mind of a 16-year-old while having the resources of a grown adult.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy. He hit somebody in the eye during this whole clip. Nigga telling that bitch like he really do this.
Now, one mistake, burning a jersey, I can see somehow in your 16-year-old head that you thought that would be prime content and just messed up. We can grow and learn from this. Another mistake, you're breaking a TV that somebody just got for another person as a present and don't really seem to care. Hey, maybe again it's a 16-year-old mind. That's something we can learn and grow from.
It's not a 16-year-old
mistake, you
mind.
hit a girl in the eye with an Orby and several other things that happen in between those events. At a certain point, you have to stop giving him the leeway that he is a child. Even myself in some of my videos, I've just said, I mean, he's a 16-year-old kid around a bunch of people. Obviously, he's gonna do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, you have to just stop saying that, hey, he's a 16-year-old doing dumb things, because he has the ability to understand the stupid stuff that he's doing isn't right in any way, shape, or form. How are you gonna sit there and tell me a 16-year-old doesn't know that it's not?
You gotta really give him props though, because he's sitting there thinking, realistically, why wouldn't he recognize that what he's doing is wrong? You know what I'm saying? But then he gonna double down on his wrongness. Who you know double downing on wrongness? Nigga see that he wrong and he double down. Where my chatters at? It's 10 of y'all in here. What the fuck?
Not okay to influence somebody else to throw water or any type of liquid at a security guard.
I'm editing. My apologies. My apologies. Disney, I know you here. Shout
From
out to
throwing water on a security guard who's just trying to do his job to maybe injuring a girl so bad in the eye that they thought she had to go to the hospital. These aren't just simple mistakes. These are things that are escalating beyond the point of just saying he is a 16-year-old kid. And honestly, a little bit before that, we could have already got to that point where we feel like, hey, you can't just pull the 16-year-old kid card. He doesn't know what he's doing, because anybody at any age has enough common sense to not do half of the things that he's doing. And it really gets to a point where you're starting to wonder, is it just for Kai, or maybe is it the influences around him? Not just AMP or anybody else that hangs around him that's a streamer, just online influences as a whole, because his content really isn't that different from anybody else's content you could tap into from the WRL community.
It's not different
you can stay
at all.
on the IRL cam, bro. If the IRL cam is
See what I'm saying?
No, Mr. Pool, no, that way. That way.
Oh, I remember that.
play with him out. Pull tonight.
I think it's both. It is both. Damn. Bro, I was in this stream.
It would be hard for me to sit here and just blame Rakai when these are the people that he's being influenced from. These are the people he's looking up to when creating content, and this is all the stuff that they're doing. From harmless stuff like pies in the face and maybe pouring something on top of yourself where you would have to clean it off or take a shower, to throwing entire mattresses in the pool and lighting fireworks in the crib. What 16-year-old isn't going to see that, have the ability to do it, and want to also do it as well? I don't want that to be an entire excuse for Rakai though, because in most situations you see him in, he could definitely find out what's right and what's wrong. But
see, what I really find crazy is like, yo, if Rakai is this young, bro, it's just gonna keep getting younger. If you haven't noticed, when it comes to music, even content creation, they just keep getting younger and younger and younger and younger. Bro, we started at like 20. Now we had 22. You know, niggas, it's just going down and down. Eventually, we finna have a 12-year-old streamer doing this bullshit, and somebody gonna be like, yo, where the fuck is your mom at? He finna be like, Mom, tell him that you're letting me do this bullshit. Literally.
But when you're drawing the line at what's content and what's not, it becomes a little bit more blurred. Personally, I don't care how big the YouTube video you're gonna make about pranking me is gonna do.
I would think a 60-year-old would have the common sense not to do that ish, but what do I know? Nah, they do. They get in the clip though.
care.
I ain't gonna lie, I be doing the same shit. I would be doing the exact same shit. Don't look at me crazy. Yeah, I do the same thing.
How big the clip you think you're gonna get off pranking me is gonna do if you were to come in my room and light and firework. I'm not saying that's content. I'm taking that personally and I am genuinely mad. But for people like AMP and people like the Clover Boys where Kai lives, that literally is just content. Maybe you get a little bit upset here and there, but genuinely they're just doing that for the clip and a bunch of them there are fine with that. So it becomes a little bit harder when you sit here and have those lines be blurred, but what really is content and what's not. And a lot of people, specifically somebody that was at Streaming University with Rakai, even said himself, he doesn't feel like Rakai has that line to begin with.
Rakai don't got no you know that tells you you know, I probably shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this. It's probably too far. That nigga Rakai don't got that. This nigga really, we're pouring water in.
I know for a fact that nigga said that nigga Rakai don't got that. I know for a fact he has impact button. Everybody got one now. Nah, if you did that at my house, your ass is getting kicked out immediately, indefinitely. Excuse me, I read that wrong. See, but I be feeling like if niggas is really moving like that, realistically, like you gotta retaliate. And that's what caused the wars, the clips, the back and forth shit. And once you start going back and forth, you might as well just go all in, nigga. Damn, go all in.
Each other. This is like the water we throwing bang. What the you think? We throwing bang on niggas, nigga. Like I just took a shower, brother. Like, what you mean, bro? Like he's like that. You not going with me? You a nigga? I'm a. Because I don't want to throw soda on. I don't want to throw soda on people.
That isn't a crazy escalation from water all the way to soda when you know afterwards a bunch of people are going to have to shower, take care of themselves, clean, all that. And now you're just making it a ton harder for them to do. But then again, this is modern day WRL content. And if Rakai isn't the one that's going to be doing it, someone at FaZe Clan might be doing it. If someone at FaZe Clan is going to be doing it, someone at AMP, some random person in the community is going to be the one doing these things. So even though Rakai does cross lines pretty,
I feel like it's just like that's just regular now. You like if you're not moving like that, you might not be part of the gang, bruh. I feel like that's how niggas be thinking. Oh, if you're not moving like that, bro, you're not really part of the WL community. You're not really a top streamer for real. You got to be wilding now. You got to be doing crazy shit on stream. But it's like there's a line. Obviously, there is a line and there's a border. You got to figure out where that line and that border is, and some people just can't cross that motherfucker. But I'm glad there wasn't anything like this when I was 16. See, if it was, we don't know where we would be today. See the fuck. I was gonna say something. Fuck. Oh well.
Often he's not the only one that's doing it, and at the end of the day, can you really even call it crossing lines when the space that he's in is basically doing the exact same thing as him, but just not being
I don't know if I remember what I was gonna say.
I do
but
feel like there's a lot more home training Rakai could definitely have, because certain things he does do is unexcusable at his own age. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, just because everybody else is doing that makes it okay. Doesn't mean it's okay. It just makes it understandable from his POV why he would feel like it's okay, because he's getting ostracized for doing it. Then he's looking around and being like, this streamer's doing that, this big streamer's doing that, this big streamer's doing that, I'm just copying off of them, and that doesn't make it good or okay. And it makes you wonder if Rakai should really be in these situations with these bigger creators, because again, he is young, very impressionable at 16 years old, around a bunch of people who are in their 20s, mid-20s, late 20s, around that age, and just mimicking what they do. So it really calls into question if this is the right environment for him as a growing person and just a growing streamer in general. But I don't feel like it would be any better place for him to be, because if he wasn't around AMP doing these things, he'd probably just be back home, and he's super successful, so he could just do those same things at his own crib. It's really unfortunate. I don't know how you could really solve this problem without looking at the WL community as a whole and just wondering why the content has come to this point to begin with, because there
Yeah. He makes a great point here. I'm not gonna lie, he makes a great point here. But then you gotta ask, like, will I be doing this if I get in a content house? Like, would I really be acting a fool like this in a content house? Because I do want to act a fool in a content house full of with the bros, but it's like, oh, I think that's what I was gonna say. It's blurred. Like, it's so blurred that like the content becomes your real life, and your real life becomes the content, and then that's where like people tend to like forget where the lines need to start and stop, and there's this gray area where it intersects. And that's what causes the big problems inside of situations like this, where people aren't able to connect and be able to read a room and be able to to read somebody's body language, because people are too busy clip farming, or too busy trying to act a certain way, or too busy trying to act like they don't even know what the fuck going on and shit like that. If you get what I'm trying to say, you should know what I'm trying to say. But go ahead, 100K 30 days, comment down below, tight shit. What y'all think of the situation? How y'all feel about Rakai and all that other bullshit?